Greetings, Aquarius, and welcome. I hope you're all well. And this is a reading for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. But if you happen upon this, is also meant for you. And my name is Ingrid, and I'll be doing the reading. And this is what the Oracle wants you to know today. The now. Well, here we are in the present moment, in the now. There could be something in this reading, Aquarius, that's going to bring you what you need to know about how to be present to the power of this moment, this eternal always. And the number 47 could be important. And you're coming into the now because you're going to get back to the elemental with 48. So you're moving, you're progressing. There's a sense of this now, but the now is elemental because when we are in the present moment, we feel our bodies, we feel the earth, we feel the air, we feel that water that we're almost 80% made of, and the fire, which is our energy, our temperature. So we're back to the elements right now, Aquarius, in this reading because of external validation, number 50. Well, you could be seeing 555, and that is going to show you that you are moving toward the now. You're going to get back to the elemental because of external validation. And so thank you, Spirit Guides, for that message. You could be having that need in something you're doing, a project at work, in a relationship, in your family, to get external validation. And you want it in that present moment. You want to get back to those elements within you. And let's see what the cards have for Aquarius. Thank you, Spirits, for bringing Aquarius what they need to hear. And this is what I have for you. Well, you begin with having to work on this and then feeling like, well, maybe you're not getting the external validation you want. And you've been working on a lot of crafts, on a lot of vessels that you are putting into this form. You're getting back to the elementals with the sense of clay, pottery. That's very of the earth. And you're moving on to something that's going to be more fulfilling. And you're moving on to your true destiny. And you're moving on from any kind of feeling of lack, not good enough. It has to do with external validation, Aquarius. And it's almost saying now that both of these figures are looking in the same kind of direction. They're focused on what they're aligning to with their feelings and how they feel about their value, what they're worth. So there's a question about in the now, you're getting back to the elementals and really looking at what you're moving away from. And you're moving away from any sense of lack, any sense of poverty consciousness. You're moving toward that elemental within you. And you're also having to look at any need that you have for external validation. You could be walking away from that or just recognizing what that really means to you, Aquarius. Because the Queen of Coins, this is the Queen of Pentacles, is at the foundation with her a cornucopia of abundance. So at the root of this now is the elements of the earth and of wealth, of money, of prosperity, of being very fruitful at whatever you are working on. And look at the estate behind her and all of that she has grown and nurtured. And it's coming because of the Empress is at the foundation of what happened to you in the recent past. This is Taurus energy. And you're coming into, this is also Taurus energy. So you're coming into a lot of the earth and a lot of the nurturing qualities that we feel when we get back to the elemental and spend time in a garden all day, getting our fingers in the dirt, getting that under our nails, feeling really the earth really within us. We are elemental. And the Empress, well, she is the whole manifestation of external validation, and it comes in the form of her beauty, her ability to love and be loved, to receive that abundance from the earth, from her intuition, which is not of the high priestess, but it's the intuition of practical a daily life, of nurturing children, of growing a wealth, of business that involves nature. And so that is what you've been connecting to recently. And there is a judgment call being made that is coming out with this energy of a wake up call. You're reviewing your life. Maybe you're reviewing something about this old life and you're leaving it behind. So you can move into this spiritual awakening to that judgment day where your soul is weighed on the scale against a feather. And you're going to levitate up, and something is grown out of whatever was no longer needed in your life. And you're producing this new ability to see the eye in the cloud, this third eye, to look at any place in your life you're waking up to that you know your heart has kind of come to a standstill. It's no longer fulfilling, and you're moving on away from lack, away from not feeling good enough, not belonging. And you know at the foundation you have belonged to the earth and to this abundance of the physical world, and it came with that energy of the Empress. This could be something to do with mothering energy from your recent past that you're waking up to about it. And you're having a wake-up call. That just means you're reviewing your life and looking at it, like looking in the mirror, Aquarius, and saying, okay, I have produced a lot with my feelings, with what I value, with the love I gave. And somehow the challenge is feeling not good enough, lacking, wanting to actually move on to something more abundant. And the abundance is already there. It's in you. It's getting back to the elementals, Aquarius. And the Empress has been supporting you from the past. It has influenced you. This is the Great Mother. This is that a sense of the beauty all around you, Mother Nature. And that has been that support. But now, in the now, a judgment call is being asked of you from the angel Gabriel. An announcement is coming that you're looking at something very differently. Maybe you're looking at yourself in a different way, where you used to think that you were not worthy, not good enough, not valuable, that whatever you were doing in terms of the people around you had lost its juice. But now you're seeing, actually, it was so full of abundance. You were able to nurture that. You gave in that sense of creativity, and you're waking up to that because the Five of Wands, well, you're having to stand your ground against the competition. You could be in conflict. There is some conflict here in the fives. Change, uncomfortable change coming. Around what you put your energy into, maybe around this need of external validation that has to do with competition, of fighting, a sense of being kind of aggressive and sporty, and that kind of energy of competition that leads to often some kind of quarrel, fights. And your hands could be very important at this time, Aquarius, where there is a sense of maybe you're a tarot reader, using your hands and something about them, their own fire, with this energy of wanting to rearrange things, get energy going. That's what you're waking up to, and it's coming with the Knight of Coins. And you've got the Queen of Coins. They're both right next to each other. So there is a progression and a development in terms of how you are working on this goal of waking up to a new life. And it's going to be having some sense of blessing, some creativity that's helping you. But there is this change both in the way you value yourself and also in the way you deal, fight, compete. And you're going to do it now in a different way. This is a card of a Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo energy. And you are going to be slow and steady, more methodical about how you are going towards your fulfillment, what you're working on, what you're crafting, doing something you really love, but doing it in a way that is going to be practical, grounded, getting back to the elementals. And your environment is bringing you the influence of the world, of change, of travel, of closing out of one cycle with judgment and coming into a whole new reality that you're waking up to. And it's going to be in the now. That's where this world is coming. It's coming from the now of the environment. And it's coming with the hope and fear of the Seven of Pentacles that you're going to have to evaluate, Aquarius, what you've been investing in, what you've worked on. That's the judgment call. You're waking up to a big change, enormous change happening that's going to influence you from your environment. There is a closing out of an old cycle from your environment. And that's going to lead you to a sense of having to look over what you've worked on and to see if this is something you want to keep working on slow and steady, or is it the environment is saying, make a change. Things are closing out. You're going to reap the rewards with the environment. And that could somehow say there is external validation in your environment with the world, with a completion, with recognition. And the final outcome is the King of Swords. Well, to see this truthfully, to face the facts, to analyze what it is you're working on with your intelligence, and to then be able to see clearly. Maybe you need to talk to a lawyer or to the King of Swords looks to external validation but doesn't need it because its validation comes from the intelligence, the analysis, looking at what's on the table and making a mental appraisal of what you are working on, what you've invested in. And the environment is saying it's closing it out, is the influence, a change, coming to an end of this cycle. And you're coming to the end of a cycle you've been working on, Aquarius, slow and steady, very diligently, doing all the little details. But that has caused a lot of friction, a lot of fighting, competition, maybe self-doubt, feeling very energized and flamed up in what you're doing with your hands, with your craft. And you're waking up to something about your work, about your true destiny. And you're going to challenge any feeling of spiritual poverty or other kind of physical poverty, because you're getting back to the elementals of this abundance, of seeing the cornucopia, of this abundance of nurturing your wealth, which you have done. And you've got the Empress influencing you from the past, the Great Mother, that energy of creativity. You'll be very prosperous, and you're going to wake up to that. That's the judgment call. And this is coming now in some very profound way. And so one last card of why is this judgment in the world here? What is it coming to the last two cards of the tarot, of the major arcana? What's coming with the Knight of Swords and the Wheel was something is coming in really quick. Some communication. Somebody's ready to speak. And it's coming with change, with fortune, with quickness. And it's coming now. There's no waiting around. And you've got the King of Swords. So whatever this knight is bringing in, whatever communication that they've studied, this feeling of being on a crusade about this change, about this expansion, you're going to see it truthfully, clearly, with integrity. And that integrity is going to create this amazing change that is coming, an expansion, a new opportunity, and you're going to come to that through a verbal communication that's coming in, and it's coming in right now, and it's coming in because you are getting back to the elemental, and that is going to bring you external validation, Aquarius. And I know that for Aquariuses, the external validation really comes the most fully when we're aligned with Source and we know our full power because of that truth within us. And once you do that, that external validation becomes this inner wellspring, this fountain of recognition that in the present moment you have everything you need. And that's what you're moving away from, any sense of lack, of not being good enough, and also of any feeling of having to compete energetically, to have that kind of friction going on, because you're going to now close out an old cycle and move toward this true, a new destiny. This is fated. It's divine timing now. And the timing is the now, Aquarius. And I hope this resonates with my Aquariuses today. And this is my message for you. And receive it and integrate it and make it real as you get back to the elementals. And so it is, sending you love. Bye-bye.